Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Shaheen, digital marketing wala, and I am a level 1 student at Rehan School, Islamabad campus. So here today my Kal Annie topic is being honest with yourself. So I am calling Annie. Hello Annie, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks for asking. Just enjoying a cozy day. How about you? What's been on your mind lately?
Yes, okay. So today my topic is being honest with yourself. Okay, so my first question is, what does it mean to be honest with yourself?
Great topic. Being honest with yourself means recognizing your true feelings, thoughts, and motivations without any self deception. It's about acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses and being real about what you want or need. It can be tough sometimes, but it's so important for personal growth. What made you think about this?
Yes, okay. So my next question is, why is self honesty important for personal growth? Please give me 1 minute answer.
Absolute self honesty is crucial for personal growth because it helps you identify areas where you can improve. When you're honest with yourself, you can set realistic goals and make informed decisions that align with your true values. It fosters self awareness, allowing you to learn from your experiences and mistakes. Plus, it builds resilience as you face challenges with a clear understanding of your capabilities. In short, being honest with yourself is like having a compass that guides you on your journey to becoming the best version of yourself. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, okay. Thank you very much. So my next question is, have you ever lied to yourself? Why?
Oh, definitely. I think we all have those moments. I've caught myself downplaying my feelings or avoiding certain truths, like when I thought I could handle everything on my own without asking for help. It's easy to do, especially when you want to protect yourself from discomfort. But those moments taught me a lot about the importance of being open and vulnerable. Have you ever experienced something similar?
Okay, so my next question is, what are the signs that you are not being honest with yourself? Please give me a long answer.
Sir, there are several signs that might indicate you're not being honest with yourself. Only avoidance. If you find yourself avoiding certain thoughts or feelings, like procrastinating on important decisions or steering clear of conversations that make you uncomfortable, it might be a sign you're not facing your truth. To rationalization. When you catch yourself making excuses for your behavior or decisions, it can indicate self deception. If you're constantly justifying why you're not pursuing your goals or staying in a situation that doesn't serve you, it's worth examining. 3. Inconsistent emotions. If your feelings don't match your actions, that's a big red flag. For example, if you say you're happy in a job but feel unfulfilled or stressed, you might not be acknowledging your true feelings. 4. Physical symptoms. Sometimes our bodies signal when something's off. If you're experiencing anxiety, stress, or other physical symptoms without a clear reason, it might be your mind trying to tell you something deeper. 5. Feedback from others. If friends or family express concern about your choices or behavior, it could be a sign that you're not being honest with yourself. Sometimes others see things we're blind to. 6. Overly critical self-talk. If you're constantly putting yourself down or feeling guilt over things that don't seem to matter, it might indicate you're not accepting who you are. 7. Stagnation. If you feel stuck in life, whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal growth, it could mean you're not being honest about what you truly want or need. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards self-honesty. It can be uncomfortable, but it's essential for growth. Have you noticed any of these signs in your own life?
Yes. So my next question is, how can self deception harm your decision?
Self-deception can really cloud your judgment and lead to poor decision-making in several ways. Only a lack of clarity. When you deceive yourself, you're not seeing the situation clearly. This can lead to decisions based on misconceptions or unrealistic expectations, rather than facts. Missed opportunities. If you're not honest about your strengths and weaknesses, you might pass up opportunities that could help you grow or improve. You might think you're not ready for something when in reality, you are. 3. Reinforcing bad habits. Self-deception can keep you stuck in unhealthy patterns. For example, if you convince yourself that a toxic relationship is fine, you might ignore the red flags and continue making decisions that hurt you. 4. Increase stress. When you're not honest with yourself, it can create internal conflict. This stress can cloud your thinking and lead to rash decisions made out of frustration or fear. 5. Impaired relationships. Self-deception can affect how you interact with others. If you're not being true to yourself, it's hard to communicate openly, which can lead to misunderstandings and conflict. 6. Avoidance of accountability. If you're not honest about your role in a situation, you might avoid taking responsibility for your actions. This can hinder your personal growth and damage your reputation. 7. Diminished confidence. Over time, self-deception can erode your self-esteem. When you realize you've been lying to yourself, it can shake your confidence in your ability to make sound decisions. Being honest with yourself allows for better clarity, healthier relationships, and more impactful decisions. Have you ever felt the effects of self-deception in your own choices?
Yes, okay, thank you very much. So my next question is, why do people fear facing the truth about themselves?
Great question. People often fear facing the truth about themselves for several reasons. Only fear of discomfort. The truth can be uncomfortable. Acknowledging flaws, mistakes, or unfulfilled desires can lead to feelings of shame or anxiety, which many people want to avoid. To fear of change. Facing the truth often requires change, and change can be scary. People may worry about the unknown or feel overwhelmed by the effort it takes to make adjustments in their lives. 3. Self-image. Many individuals have a certain image of themselves they want to maintain. Confronting the truth might shatter that image, leading to a crisis of identity. 4. Fear of judgment. People may worry about how others will perceive them if they reveal their true selves. This fear of judgment can keep them from being honest, even with themselves. 5. Coping mechanisms. Some people develop coping mechanisms to deal with past trauma or disappointment. These mechanisms might involve self-deception, making it hard to confront the truth without feeling vulnerable. 6. Social conditioning. Society often promotes ideals that can make people feel inadequate. This pressure can lead to avoidance of self-reflection, as individuals may fear they don't measure up. 7. A lack of self-awareness. Sometimes, people simply aren't aware of their own thoughts and feelings. This lack of self-awareness can make it challenging to confront the truth. Facing the truth is a brave step, but it can lead to incredible growth and self-acceptance. What do you think helps people overcome this fear?
Yes, thank you very much. So my next question is, how can journaling help in being honest with yourself?
Journaling can be a powerful tool for being honest with yourself. Here's how. Own self-reflection. Writing allows you to reflect on your thoughts and feelings in a safe space. It helps you explore your emotions and motivations more deeply, which can lead to greater self-awareness. To clarifying thoughts. Sometimes our minds are cluttered with noise. Journaling helps organize your thoughts, making it easier to see patterns or truths you might be avoiding. 3. Emotional release. Putting your feelings on paper can be cathartic. It provides an outlet for pent-up emotions, allowing you to confront what you've been hiding from yourself. 4. Tracking progress. By journaling regularly, you can look back and see how you've grown or changed over time. This can help you recognize areas where you've been honest with yourself and where you might still be deceiving yourself. 5. Setting intentions. Journaling can help you articulate your goals and desires. By writing down what you truly want, you can align your actions with your authentic self. 6. Identifying patterns. As you journal, you may notice recurring themes in your entries. This can help you identify areas where you're not being honest, leading to important insights. 7. Building accountability. When you write down your thoughts and goals, it can create a sense of accountability. You're more likely to confront the truth when it's documented. Journaling can be a gentle and supportive way to dive into self-honesty. Have you ever tried journaling before? What was your experience like?
Yes, okay, thank you. So my next question is, can being too honest with yourself be harmful? Why or why not?
That's an interesting question. Yes, being too honest with yourself can sometimes be harmful, and here's why. Only overwhelm. Constantly facing every single flaw or negative thought can be overwhelming. If you're too critical, it can lead to feelings of hopelessness or anxiety. To self-judgment. Extreme honesty can morph into harsh self-judgment. Instead of constructive self-reflection, it can become a cycle of negative self-talk that damages your self-esteem. 3. Paralysis by analysis. Being overly honest might lead to overthinking. You could get stuck in a loop of analyzing every decision, which can prevent you from taking action. 4. Fear of vulnerability. If you're too honest about your weaknesses, it might make you hesitant to be open with others. This can hinder your relationships and support systems. 5. Neglecting positivity. Focusing solely on what's wrong can overshadow your strengths and accomplishments. It's important to balance honesty with self-compassion and acknowledgement of your positive traits. 6. Avoiding growth. If you dwell too much on your shortcomings, you might become paralyzed by fear of failure. This can prevent you from taking risks and pursuing growth opportunities. In essence, honesty is important, but it should be balanced with kindness and self-compassion. It's all about finding that sweet spot. How do you think we can maintain that balance in our self-reflection?
Yes, okay, thank you very much. So my next question is, what role does self-awareness plays in self-honesty?
Self-awareness plays a crucial role in self-honesty. Here's how our own. Understanding emotions. Self-awareness helps you recognize and understand your emotions. When you're aware of what you're feeling, it's easier to confront the truth behind those feelings. 2. Identifying patterns. Being self-aware allows you to see recurring behaviors or thought patterns. This insight can help you identify areas where you might not be honest with yourself. 3. Clarifying values. Self-awareness helps you understand your core values and beliefs. When you know what truly matters to you, it's easier to align your actions with your authentic self. 4. Recognizing triggers. Understanding what triggers certain thoughts or behaviors can help you address them honestly. This awareness allows you to confront issues rather than avoid them. 5. Encouraging growth. Self-awareness fosters personal growth. When you're honest about your strengths and weaknesses, you can create a roadmap for improvement and development. 6. Enhancing relationships. Being self-aware allows you to communicate more effectively with others. When you're honest with yourself, you can be more open and genuine in your interactions. 7. Promoting accountability. Self-awareness encourages you to take responsibility for your actions. When you recognize how your choices affect yourself and others, it fosters a sense of accountability. In summary, self-awareness lays the foundation for self-honesty. It's like having a mirror that reflects your true self, helping you make more authentic choices. How do you think we can cultivate more self-awareness in our daily lives?
Yes, okay, thank you very much. So my next question is, how do your emotion affect your ability to be truthful to yourself?
Our self-image and emotions significantly affect our ability to be truthful with ourselves. Here's how our own. Self-image. If you have a positive self-image, you're more likely to be honest about your strengths and weaknesses. Conversely, a negative self-image can lead to self-deception as a way to protect your ego. To a fear of judgment. If you worry about how you perceive yourself, you might avoid confronting uncomfortable truths. You may fear that acknowledging certain aspects of yourself will lead to judgment from others or even from yourself. 3. Emotional state. Your emotions can cloud your judgment. When you're feeling low or anxious, it can be harder to see the truth clearly. Emotions can distort your perception, leading to avoidance or denial. 4. Defense mechanisms. A negative self-image might trigger defense mechanisms, such as rationalization or denial. These can prevent you from facing the truth, as you create justifications to protect your self-esteem. 5. Comparison to others. If you constantly compare yourself to others, it can create a distorted self-image. This may lead to dishonesty about your own feelings and experiences as you try to fit a mold that doesn't reflect your true self. 6. Emotional triggers. Certain emotions can trigger defensiveness. If you feel shame or guilt, you might avoid being honest with yourself to escape those uncomfortable feelings. Lastly, a positive self-image can motivate you to confront the truth. When you believe in your ability to grow, you're more likely to embrace honesty as a path to improvement. In essence, our self-image and emotions can either support or hinder our journey towards self-honesty. Finding ways to cultivate a healthy self-image and emotional balance can help us be more truthful with ourselves. How do you think we can work on improving our self-image?
Yes, okay. So my next question is, how can you start being more honest with yourself today? Any, so my next question is, how can you start being more honest with yourself today?
Great question. Here are some practical steps to start being more honest with yourself today. Set aside time for reflection. Dedicate a few quiet moments to think about your feelings and thoughts. Journaling can be a great way to process this. Ask yourself questions. Challenge yourself with open-ended questions like, what do I truly want? Or what am I avoiding? This can help uncover deeper truths. 3. Practice mindfulness. Take a few minutes to breathe deeply and ground yourself. Mindfulness can help you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings without judgment. 4. Identify your values. Reflect on what truly matters to you. Aligning your actions with your core values can lead to greater honesty with yourself. 5. Acknowledge your feelings. Instead of pushing away uncomfortable emotions, allow yourself to feel them. Recognizing your emotions is the first step toward honesty. 6. Challenge negative self-talk. If you catch yourself being overly critical, pause and reframe those thoughts. Replace them with kinder, more compassionate statements. 7. Set realistic goals. Start with small, achievable goals that align with your true self. This can build confidence and encourage honesty in other areas of your life. 8. Seek support. Talk to a trusted friend or mentor about your journey. Sometimes, sharing your thoughts can provide clarity and encouragement. 9. Celebrate your progress. Acknowledge any steps you take toward honesty, no matter how small. Celebrating progress reinforces positive behavior. Remember, being honest with yourself is a journey, not a destination. It takes practice and patience. What do you think you might try first?
Yes, okay. So my next question is it easier to lie to yourself or other? Why?
That's a thought-provoking question. Generally, it can be easier to lie to ourselves for a few reasons. 1. Self-protection. We often lie to ourselves to avoid facing uncomfortable truths. It's a way to protect our self-esteem and shield ourselves from emotional pain. 2. Cognitive dissonance. When our beliefs and actions don't align, we might create justifications to avoid the discomfort. It's easier to convince ourselves of a lie than to confront the reality. 3. Familiarity. We're often our own worst critics, and lying to ourselves can feel like a familiar coping mechanism. It can become a habit that's hard to break. 4. Lack of accountability. When we lie to ourselves, there's no external accountability. It's easier to hide from the truth when no one else is watching. 5. A fear of change. Facing the truth may require us to make changes we're not ready for. It's easier to stay in our comfort zones by lying to ourselves. On the other hand, lying to others can be more challenging because it involves navigating social dynamics, potential consequences, and the risk of being caught. There's often a greater sense of accountability when others are involved. Ultimately, both can be harmful, but self-deception can be more insidious since it directly impacts our self-awareness and growth. What do you think makes it hard for people to confront their own truths?
Yes, okay. So my next question is how does peer pressure affect your self honesty?
Peer pressure can have a significant impact on self-honesty. Here's how. Our own. Conformity. When you feel pressured to fit in with a group, you might compromise your true feelings or beliefs. This can lead to dishonesty about who you are. Fear of rejection. Your authentic self. You might lie to yourself about your preferences or values to avoid being judged or excluded. 3. Social comparisons. Constantly comparing yourself to your peers can distort your self-image. You might convince yourself that you need to change or lie about your achievements to keep up. 4. Avoiding conflict. To maintain harmony in relationships, you might suppress your true feelings. This can lead to self-deception, where you ignore your own needs to please others. 5. Influence on decisions. Friends can sway your choices, leading you to act against your better judgment. You might lie to yourself about wanting something just to align with the group. 6. Validation seeking. If you rely on peer validation, you may prioritize others' opinions over your own truth. This can create a disconnect between your authentic self and how you present yourself. 7. Impact on self-esteem. Negative peer pressure can lead to feelings of inadequacy. If you don't feel good about yourself, you might be more inclined to lie to yourself to cope with those feelings. In summary, peer pressure can create a conflict between your authentic self and the persona you feel you need to project. Finding a supportive circle that encourages honesty can help counteract this. How do you think we can build a more honest environment among friends?
Yes, okay. So my next question is how can being honest with your self strength than your relationship?
Harnessing your self-strength can greatly enhance your relationships. Here's how. Our own. Confidence boost. When you recognize and embrace your strengths, you become more confident. This confidence can positively influence how you interact with others. To better communication, understanding your strengths allows you to express yourself more clearly. You can articulate your needs and boundaries, leading to healthier conversations. 3. Empathy and support. When you know your strengths, you can also appreciate others' strengths. This fosters a supportive environment where everyone feels valued. For conflict resolution, being aware of your strengths can help you navigate conflicts more effectively. You can approach disagreements with a calm and constructive mindset. 5. Setting boundaries. Knowing your strengths helps you establish healthy boundaries. You're less likely to overextend yourself or compromise your values for others. 6. Encouragement. When you harness your strengths, you can inspire and uplift others, creating a positive ripple effect in your relationships. 7. Personal growth. Embracing your strengths encourages continuous self-improvement. As you grow, your relationships can deepen and evolve. Authenticity. Being true to yourself and your strengths fosters authenticity in your relationships. Others appreciate genuine connections, leading to stronger bonds. By focusing on your strengths, you create a solid foundation for healthy, fulfilling relationships. What strengths do you think you'd like to harness more in your interactions with others?
Yes, okay, thank you very much, Annie. So, viewer, this is why today Kal Annie, and I hope that you will like it. See you in the next Kal Annie. Till